Today I'm going to go over a gross motor activity for the next 2 weeks that goes along with our ice cream theme. And the materials that you're going to need is a piece of construction paper. You want one piece for each child. You want some stickers, some crayons, whatever you want them to use to decorate it with, okay, because this is going to be their ice cream cone, this piece of construction paper. You're going to need some tape. You're going to need a small tennis-sized ball that's lighter. And it would be nice to have a ball for each of the kids. Just because of COVID, then they don't have to share. So maybe they could bring that in for kind of the project for the day, and then you can send it home with them. So you also will need to put a taped line on the floor like I have here. It can be painter's tape, that's the best, and if it's colorful, for those that have a little bit of visual difficulties, it's always good to have that nice bright color for them to see. Mine's a wider one. If you don't have this wide, it's about 2 inches, so you can put a couple strips of it down to make it wider. So you want it to be at least about 2 inches wide, okay? So, this is a tabletop activity to start, and it doesn't have to be all done at the same time. You can have them make their cones and, then do the gross motor activity a little bit later. But they'll color their piece of construction paper, decorate it the way they want it, and then you're going to have to help them, but you're going to just roll this so that it's like an ice cream cone, okay? So if you just roll it so that the bottom is a little bit lower, smaller than the top, I don't know if you can see that, but you want to make sure that the ball fits inside. So you want it to be about the size of, the ball shouldn't sit on top because it's going to easily fall. So it should just fit kind of right down in there. So you really can't see it from the top, but you can see it from the bottom. All right? And then that's going to be used for later. So that's the kind of fine motor part of this activity. Then we're going to actually make the ice cream first. So the first thing you're going to have the kids do is get in a circle, and the wheelchair kids can also. So we'll all be in a circle, and we're going to make the ice cream. So the first thing, and you can promote speech at the same time. You can ask questions like, what do you think goes in ice cream? And then, make sure they raise their hand and let them try to guess what goes in ice cream. So the first thing we're going to put in our ice cream is milk. So you can have them pour the milk in, and then we're going to run in place. Okay, we're pouring the milk in. So they're going to all run in place and stop. The next thing, and you can ask, what else do you think would go into ice cream? And then they can have a chance to vocalize and problem solve and think. So the next thing we're going to put in our ice cream is sugar. So you're going to pour the sugar in. And for this one, they're either going to jump out and in, or if they have a little bit higher skills, they're going to go up and down like that. Oh, and let me back up. For the kiddos that are in the wheelchair and we're pouring in the milk, they can lift their legs in the wheelchair, okay, like they're marching in the wheelchair, or they can tap their thighs, okay, as we pour the milk in. And for the sugar, where those standing are going to jump out and in or do jumping jacks, I would suggest you do 5 of the jumping jacks, just to give them the chance to, do the motor planning and get that, because a lot of times practice and repetition will help with that, developing that motor pattern. So the kiddos in the wheelchair can take their arms up over their head and down for the sugar activity. The last thing that we're going to put in our ice cream, and you can ask them what they think would go in, and it's the flavor. So today we're going to put in vanilla or chocolate. And then you can have them have a turn to tell you which one they want to put in their ice cream. So you're going to have them take their legs apart like this, and when it's their turn, they're going to say, I'm going to say chocolate. And you're going to have them deep bend down into a squat and touch the floor and put their chocolate in, okay, or their vanilla. And then they're going to stand back up, okay? And you're going to go around in the circle and give each one of them a turn. whenever it is the kiddo's turn who's in the wheelchair, they can just clap their hands to put the flavoring in their ice cream. Now we have to churn our ice cream, and you can ask the kids, what do you think we have to do next to make ice cream? So we need ice, first of all, right? We need ice. So whenever we have the ice, we're going to wrap our arms around and we're going to twist side to side ice because it's cold, okay? And then we have to churn the ice cream. And again, you can ask them these questions for some thinking activities. So you're going to have them churn. So for this one, we're just going to turn in a circle, one direction, and turn in a circle the other direction as we're churning our ice cream. Those in the wheelchair, before they can do this and twist in their wheelchair. For the churning, if you have another person to help, or even if you want to have one of the kids help to turn the wheelchair in a circle, okay, on the floor. Or if that doesn't work, they can just take their arms and circle them up over their head one direction and circle them up over their head in the other direction. Okay, we've made our ice cream. Now we can put our ice cream in our ice cream cone, and we are going to go for a walk as we eat our ice cream cone. Make sure you tell them it's pretend. We don't eat it. We don't put our mouth on it. It is just pretend, okay? We are going to now line up behind the line. The kids are going to line up. They're going to hold their ice cream cone, and they are going to walk on the line and take turns, okay? Encourage them to keep their feet on the line. They can put their arms out. Again, I want them to hold their ice cream cone because this is asking them to do a couple different things at one time. So after everybody's gone through forward, you can try sideways, and everybody will face one direction and try to keep those feet on the line, just like this. And then they'll line up and do the other direction. So everybody will face the opposite direction. So they have a chance to work on the outer thigh muscles on both sides. Okay? And then the last thing we're going to do with the line is we are going to jump on the line. We're going to jump forward. Now for this one, they might want to hold up a little bit higher on the ice cream cone around the ball so it doesn't go flying out, especially, if it's higher, closer to the top. So we're going to you want to make sure you tell them keep your feet together, and we're going to jump with our ice cream across the bridge. So you're going to jump, 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 and try to stay on that line and jump, okay? Now those that are in a wheelchair, they can just push their wheelchair across the line, try to straddle it, try to stay, not go weaving all over the place. This is good for control of the wheelchair. So you can adapt this for the wheelchair kiddos. You can make it that some of the kids may only be able to keep one foot on the line, and that's fine. Maybe the first time through, if you do this a couple times, you'll want them to use their left foot on the line, then their right foot on the line. So you can teach a lot of things with doing this activity. You can teach left and right. You can teach problem-solving thinking activities, balance, coordination, just body imitation. So there's a lot of good things that you can do with this activity. If you have any questions, you can give me a call or send me an email. Have fun with it.